talkofthetown411.com.
It's me, Tiff, the talk of the town. If you want to find out what the town is talking about, you can go to talkofthetown411.com and follow me on Twitter at DJ Lady T. And I got a special guest on the line right now. If you are a hip-hop head, you definitely watched at least one of his DVDs, like the Beef series or even Tupac Thug Angel. Emmy Award nominee director Peter Spirer is on the line. What's poppin', Peter?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. And man, I gotta say thank you so much. Peter actually gave me my first opportunity to ever be in a movie, Just Another Day, starring Wood Harris.
It was my pleasure, and you did a wonderful job. I love your voice.
Thank you. Now, Peter has a brand new DVD that's out. It's called Rhyme and Punishment. It's out right now. Let's remind them as to what other films you've done.
You know, I did the Rhyme and Reason film back in the day, which had Biggie, Tupac, Wu-Tang Clan, Ice-T. It was probably the first of the big, hip-hop documentaries. And then from there, I did a film called Thug Angel on the life of Tupac Shakur. And then I did a film called Beef. And I did Beef 1, Beef 2, Beef 3, which chronicled the tension in hip-hop and what caused the rivalry between artists and where that all came from.
And before we get into your new film, Rhyme and Punishment, there's another movie that I don't think I've seen this one, but it's really interesting. Hip Hop Cop?
Yeah, I did a whole film about cops and how they monitor hip-hop artists, and I got to see the binder of how they're monitored and profiled, and I became friends with the guy that actually does it. He and I still talk. I mean, when I first started going at this thing, I was completely, ready to expose this guy and, thought he was, the devil, And at the end of it, I came away thinking, he's not that bad of a guy. What he did, I felt really crossed the line. But he actually liked hip-hop music, and that's why they put him in the position. But at the end of the day, they thought he got too close to the music and that he became too friendly with hip-hop artists, and they actually removed him and put in people that didn't like hip-hop anymore, I mean, I think what they've done to certain guys like Prodigy, Ja Rule at the moment, I mean, some guys, it's just terrible. I mean, there really is a conspiracy to put people in jail for a long time, particularly hip-hop artists, and I think, I mean, look, some guys, are carrying guns when they're not supposed to, but, other times I think that they're pulled over and, that there isn't the due process that other people might have,
Right, so some of our biggest hip-hop artists, like Lil Wayne, has been to jail. T.I. in jail, out of jail, back into jail. Do you think they were both targeted?
I know people, those are two tough ones to talk about. I mean, the Lil Wayne situation, that's a tragedy because I think he's very talented.
Do you think he dealt with hip-hop police because of him being in New York at the time that he got arrested?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, without a doubt. I mean, to think that he wasn't being monitored and profiled, you'd have to be, living on another planet. I mean, there's not a doubt in my mind that this guy wasn't, he was definitely being followed. I mean, they were waiting for the right time to swoop in and get him. I mean, in New York, if you're a rapper, and if you're not with a guy who is completely licensed to carry a firearm, you should not have a firearm anywhere near you. I mean, you're just screaming for trouble. I mean, it's just a matter of time. The T.I. situation, how he got out of his situation, I mean, that's a whole nother story, I mean, but he's got a lot of connections in Atlanta and Georgia, who knows?
Well, I gotta hand it to you, Peter. You are really dedicated to, giving us the behind the scenes on what is going down in the hip hop industry. And now you have a brand new DVD that's out covering a lot of this, right?
Yeah, Rhyme and Punishment, about artists that have had to be incarcerated. It's is a very interesting film that deals with artists that have to be incarcerated and what happens to them after being at the top of the game to now having to wear, prison blues. And we talked to, everybody from, Cassidy to Raz Kaz, and in between, old school guys like Slick Rick, to Big Lurch, who's currently in prison, who we snuck a cell phone while he was in the hole. And I don't know if you know him, but his story is really amazing. He actually, he actually ate his girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, his story is...
He ate his girlfriend?
Yeah. Yeah. He
Wow.
He devoured his girlfriend, parts of her body. A Bay Area rapper, and he got high on PCP, and it's an incredible story. He's a brilliant guy, but one bad night.